Is your name Dolores?
That's the female
Really?
part.
Oh,
More?
Oh, look! Wow!
Derek, what's the guarantee? Derek?
Mike, time to make history. Players in Circa Million make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries choose one team each week with no point spread. The last one standing wins it all.
We have $21 million on the line. Are you in? Visit circasports.com for details.
This fall, the Sandman, Adam Sandler, You're My Best Friend Tour.
I feel like we're very good friends now.
Casey Center, Saturday, October 4th. Get tickets now at HighVTix.com.
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Proudly presented by Ramsey Subaru, live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy, connected by cellular advantage.
Yes, it's Murph and Andy on a fun Friday, live in Las Vegas, Urbandale, and St. Louis.
Kirkwood, Missouri.
Kirkwood,
my hometown.
Missouri.
Yep, I'm over at my brother's house. You know how you can tell?
How?
Because there's a kegerator over my shoulder.
You know how I can tell I'm in Las Vegas? I've already been on a radio show. I came down here. Jenny and I have had this plan for a while to be in Las Vegas. Final weekend of 2 days off until December. So I came down here, getting ready to do the show. I get waved over. I'm like, what's going on? There's another station here doing a radio show. I go over. I can't make sense of it. I sit in the seat. I still don't know what's going on. It's Matt Peralt, and I'm live on the air with him.
Oh, you knew
he just starts talking to me on the air. Matt Peralt. So he's here in Las Vegas. There's actually quite a bit of media here because college football kicks off tomorrow with the Iowa State Cyclones and Kansas State Wildcats.
I can see it over your shoulder there. Some ring lights there, and looks like it kind of looks. It looks like the Super Bowl.
We're on kind of a row of media here and having a good time. Las Vegas is nuts, Andy. It's crazy. I know you've been here, but it's crazy. But it seems less busy than any other time I've been here. For a weekend, it's not as busy.
That's been a national story. Tourism in Las Vegas is way down. The hotel vacancies are way up. What do they call that? The capacities or whatever.
Yeah.
They're struggling with that stuff. I know there's a long list of reasons, but Americans shift their travel patterns around, and it lets you know that even Las Vegas, the place that seems like it's 100% geared toward tourism, they got to stay on their game, right? I mean, you got to keep advertising, you got to keep your name out there, you got to stay in people's heads, you got to give them new options. I mean, you cannot just sit back in the United States and assume that everybody's going to just continue their patterns of leisure. They change all the time, which is why we like to associate ourselves with places that understand that, right? That
right.
Want to keep trying new stuff and want to keep trying to reach people in new ways.
Yeah, that's why we really enjoy being here at Circa, because it's off the strip. It's all geared towards sports. It's the world's largest indoor and outdoor sports book. The stadium swim here is unbelievable. I mean, it's just hard to get your mind around.
Yeah, tell me what is going on here.
Okay, so that's the stadium swim. So you can place bets next to the stadium pool there, all those seats. And this is only showing maybe a third of the seating capacity. But those huge screens outdoors, tomorrow, the football game, Iowa State and Kansas State, will be on the big screen there at Stadium Swim. And underneath, even though it's so small by scale here, if you're watching, those long black strips under the screen, those are bars. Those are bars and betting windows. underneath.
That's how big the screen is.
That's how big the screen is. It's bigger than any outdoor movie screen or drive-in movie theater you've been to. So that's the stadium swim here at Circa. And since it's off the strip, prices are more reasonable because, Las Vegas on the strip has gotten out of control. $20 coffees, $40 cocktails, $95 cheapest steak on the menu. You're seeing a lot of that kind of stuff. So more and more people are kind of getting off the strip. And this is where we are. We're Fremont Street. If you've been to Las Vegas, that canopy of lights as you walk around, that's where we are. And we like it here. It's a lot more reasonable. So having a good time. Glad to be here. Can't wait for the game tomorrow. I'm really excited about that.
Occupancy rates.
Paul,
rates. Thank you for pointing that out. That's the term. That's the buzzword. And I have seen that in some of the stories that I've read about the dip in occupancy rates in Las Vegas, is that people are kind of pushing back against just how expensive it's gotten there. And in a way, I think Las Vegas has done that to make itself seem more exclusive, hard to reach,
glamorous.
For high rollers only, glamorous. But there's a tipping point, right, where people are like, okay, I'm not going any further than this, and then they dig their heels in, and those prices have to come back. I mean, supply and demand. I mean, Vegas wouldn't charge those prices if people weren't paying them.
I think they've reached the tipping point over on the strip, and more people are getting off the strip and coming to places like Circa and over here on Fremont Street where it's a little more reasonable. Because I've been coming to Vegas for long enough to remember when you would come here, because everybody who gambled, they would bring you drinks and the buffets were reasonably priced and all that stuff. But it got out of control at some point. Like when you came here, you went to what'd you pay to go to a table or a club? Like you had
we split
experience?
a table. We split a table at a club on the strip. I think it might have been at Caesar's Palace. I have to ask Eric the Orange, but it was $500 a couple, and we had like 16 couples. And on top of that, you also had to pay for all the beverages. I would say alcohol, but all beverages. A bottle of water, and this was before the pandemic. This would have been in like 2019. A bottle of water was $12.
Jeez.
That's just stupid, right?
That's silly.
At first, it's almost kind of fun to say, I went to Las Vegas, I paid $12 for a bottle of water. But then if you do that more than once, it's not fun to say anymore. Yeah, joke's on you, right? Yeah, it just punches you right in the wallet.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's been crazy like that. Let's get to the Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines, setting the table for sports and more, including Ireland Pick'em, SEC bends the knee, and what's bugging you? Guest House Tavern with nightly specials, including surf and turf every Friday. Yeah, so what time is here? It's 11:11 in the morning here, so 1:11 where you are. We're 8 hours behind Ireland here because when I was up talking to David Warrington from WHO 13, he was getting up for the day and I was getting ready to go to sleep because there's an 8 hour difference there. So last night it was 11 here, 7 in the morning in Ireland, and he was getting up for the day there. So quite an abrupt change. There are a lot of Cyclone fans in Ireland. Pretty impressive.
There are. We keep getting more and more pictures from people who are there. Our friends Steve and Sally have gotten their luggage.
Oh, good.
And they
sent clothes.
They actually sent a couple of pictures. They were hoping that we could throw up on the podcast here. What are they saying here, Andrew? They're saying that even the churches are flying the colors.
Yeah, one of the churches was flying the colors here.
Well, that looks really nice. That's not cloudy and rainy and dreary. It looks like the weather there's really good.
No, that is pretty good. I saw, a number of people sent me a photo that the bars, a couple of the taverns there just ordered a Kansas flag, not understanding that there's a Kansas, a Kansas State. So out in front of the pubs, there's a couple of pubs that are flying the state of Kansas flag because they didn't distinguish.
Yeah, that's probably that's your safest bet right there. Yeah, just Kansas.
Better than if you're a Kansas State fan. Yeah, here we go. This is in Dublin. It's flying the state of Kansas flag. But if you're a Wildcat fan, you'd rather see this than a KU flag.
Oh, absolutely. And, that's a safer flag to fly with K-State than it is with KU. KU is like the University of Kansas City. Like half the people that go there are from Missouri. But, yeah, just throw up the state flag. They got the Iowa State flag, right, though? They didn't fly a Hawkeye flag?
No, because that mistake happens a lot. ESPN makes that mistake from time to time. Put the wrong logo or the wrong flag up. Yeah, here we go. Okay, that looks pretty good.
Is this another one from the Renfusses there, Andrew? Is this another one they sent?
I'm not sure. I kind of got confused.
Yeah. Well,
there's so many pictures coming from Dublin, so much content. At this point, it feels like all of the Iowa State fan base is out there.
Oh gosh, and it's what 7 o'clock at night there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's hard for me to get.
Ahead.
Hard, but 8 from where I am. That's hard to get my mind around that. But yeah, people seem to be having a good time there, and I know they're spending a lot of money, but it looks like some lifetime memories happening. Let's get high or low since the last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax. Those guys are Iowa State fans. I think they have some Iowa people there too. But they, more than anything, just know what to do with your money, whether it's stuff you've got sitting in savings that's not earning as much as it should, or your retirement accounts, all that kind of stuff. They're the people that you can contact for the best advice. I'm going to go high here. As I said, I'm at my brother Toby's house in our hometown of Kirkwood, Missouri, right around there. And so I'm in a good mood. I'm going to see my family down here, and I'm going to see my friend Scott tomorrow, a bunch of friends, and kind of reconnect with everybody. And then I want to throw out a belated birthday to my awesome mom. Here she is with Eddie in Norway. She turned 82 yesterday, and it's kind of sad because my sister was supposed to be there fly there to see her in Wisconsin this week to celebrate her birthday with her, so she wasn't alone. And Maggie got COVID, so you don't fool around with that stuff when you're going to go see an older relative or anything. So
that feels like a throwback. She can't go. She's got COVID.
Yeah. So she's been real sick. So she's staying in New York, and so my mom was like, well, that's all right. I'm gonna have lunch and with my good friend here, and I'll still have fun. Well, then her friend got sick, so she didn't have anybody to spend her birthday with. So we sent her flowers, and everybody called her and did the FaceTime and all that good stuff. And we sent lots of pictures from Norway and that. But if she's tuning in, happy birthday, Mom! I love you. And when more starts, you can just go ahead and turn the sound down.
She should not watch today's more.
I just really kind of think any day is probably good advice for sensitive ears.
Skip the 80 squared.
She'll give me a talking to later on.
Andrew.
Yeah, the 80 squared. Don't go anywhere near that.
Yeah, shouldn't do that. I'm going high as well, just because it's good to be here. Excuse me. I think I burned my voice out. Yeah. Good to be here in Las Vegas.
What is that?
They picked us up in a limo.
Who's that? Who's the one with all the ink?
That's Kelderman.
Oh man.
Jeez,
can he go out in the sun with bare arms, or do his arms just get like 1,000,000 degrees?
I thought it was like fake sleeves, but no, those are sleeves of tats, and he cut the sleeves off his shirt.
Yeah.
And next to his lovely wife Kelly, who's just as down to earth and unassuming as wonderful person can be, and she puts up with him. That's a lot.
That's his wife, and there's Aiden and his girlfriend, and then somebody that looks like Cade there in the background, but it could be him, right? I mean, isn't he
it's him.
Man in the fort back at your house?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's another kid that looks like Cade.
Yep, that's Cade. He's got that, like a mud flap haircut.
I don't have
at this
my
point.
reading glasses on, so I'm not seeing all that well. Is that?
Yeah,
that almost
give us
looks
the
like Circa,
give us the Mr. Movie look.
Yeah, I know. I need to wear my glasses like this. My bifocals like this today. Sipker partying it up. Is he just burning it at both ends?
He's going to be on
give me a
later.
story.
We'll talk to him about this. All right, so he's like got a different persona here. He's wearing sunglasses indoors at night. He never takes them off. And he was on like a craps table heater last night and actually made a lot of money. Most people don't leave here with money.
Well, he hasn't left yet.
It's true. That's true. That's true. He's man, he's been a lot, but he's having a good time. Yeah, he's living it up.
Nice.
He's living it up. Yeah, we've had a really good
Go to
time
any
here.
gentlemen's clubs or anything while he's there? Like the Cheetah Lounge or the.
He hasn't, has he, Aiden? No, I don't think so. No.
The Wild Stallion.
No, Wild Stallion. No, he's
The Fur Trapper.
Is that a real place?
Probably somewhere.
The landing strip.
Yeah, the landing strip.
Big Tony asked us to join him last night, but we politely declined.
Really?
Big Tony?
Yeah.
Big Tony?
Yep.
Who's Big
Where do you
Tony?
want us to go?
There's a
His
guy,
strip
Big
club.
Tony?
Yep.
Oh.
And he
Who's
has
Big-
a strip club?
I don't know if it was his, but he really wanted us to go.
Who
I don't
Big
remember
Tony?
that.
It was at the Golden Nugget. It was
Oh, okay.
at the end of the night.
The Golden Nugget.
It's just
Yeah, I
some
don't remember
rando
that.
that you're hanging out with, Aiden? Is a Big Tony in
Big
Vegas?
Tony with a T.
Big
I said
Tony.
Big-
No, he
I
just
said
walked
Big
up to
Tony.
us.
Oh, I thought you said Big Pony. That's a whole different club.
Yeah. That's another club, just off the street.
Yeah. It's way off the strip. All right, let's get the buzz here on a Friday.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
Oh, it's 110 here today. What are you dealing with in Kirkwood?
It's really pleasant. It's really, really nice. It's crazy. It can be 100 degrees here, definitely, in late August. But no, we all of Iowa is much cooler now. Everything is chilled out. It's getting even better. But no, it's nice enough to sit outside on my brother's back deck.
Doesn't it seem like RVTV is one extreme or the other?
Yes.
Either it's 100 degrees like it was that year we were in, where were we? Were we Carroll? I think we were in Carroll.
Creston one year where it was
Oh,
100 degrees. It was
yeah.
so hot the satellite shut down.
100 degrees. And we've had years where at night it was in the 50s.
Yeah, and we've had torrential rainstorms and
That's the
We had a
worst.
tornado. I think almost when we were in Polk City, right?
Ed had to, we had like a mini derecho.
We're in the middle of this big party, and Ed has to just hop on and start doing severe weather. And where they had a great big screen, so he's got like the radar up on the big screen in Polk City. And
But it did
people are like,
work,
I came
though.
here for a party, and we're just doing weather cut-ins.
It was actually better than having Ed in the studio, though, because he's on talking about the severe weather.
Yeah.
And instead of a map behind him, there's like tents that
Yeah,
are.
he's in it.
Yeah, he's in the middle of this crazy weather. All right, the buzz, Iowa State, Kansas State, coming up. It is not just something you are hearing about because you're in Iowa or you follow the Cyclones or you hate the Cyclones because you're in a rivalry with Iowa State. This is the talker of the country in college football, so that's really good for Iowa State. It's a kind of a pick'em game. As soon as I was on with Matt Peralt, first thing he asked me, like, hey, who are you picking here? A lot of people talking about this game. Top 25 matchup. First time we've had this in the Aer Lingus Football Classic. So it's Iowa State underdog, but Iowa State has won 5 out of 6 in this series. Matt Campbell is 5-2 against the Wildcats, and they've won 5 out of 6. He's had it going against Chris Kleiman and won the past 2. So
It's
I don't think
been
we know.
it's been one of the biggest feathers in his cap I mean, this is an important rivalry. It's a school and a program that Iowa State is often compared to. It's historically, I mean, we can say historically now because it's been that long since Bill Snyder took over. It's been a really good football program, and he's done really, really well. And Iowa State has had some thrilling wins. Let me digress here for a moment. That red Cyclone helmet on the right,
yes,
it is the best-looking Cyclone helmet, period.
They need to stay with it. Just wear this.
That is a great helmet.
The Cyclone script on it looks good. It actually has the school colors on it. Everything about this is the whole uniform Iowa State is wearing in this game is great. Wear that more.
Can you put up those mascots one more time, Andrew?
Andrew?
Man, I hate this mascot. This is my lead. This is the worst mascot in sports.
The Wildcat?
That stupid Wildcat.
Yeah.
It's so half-assed. Look at that. I mean, it's just like a guy.
Decide what you are.
Like, just threw it in at the last minute. With the Wildcat, just give me that Wildcat head.
Give me half man, half Wildcat head.
Yeah, and the guy always kind of thinks he's tough and does push-ups, and he's always breaking out the gun show. He wears a few too many football pads, as though they might need him at some point.
Yeah.
And he's going to trade the Wildcat helmet for the Wildcat head for a Wildcat helmet.
He's got the towel over his crotch like he might be called in to play quarterback.
Wearing cleats.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
And he's got a huge head. You can't even put a helmet on that huge head.
No.
It is a dumb mascot. What's his name? Willie? Is it Willie?
Yeah, it's the
Willie?
stupidest. It's the stupidest
dumb.
mascot in America.
Yeah, it's dumb. Now, over here, if you're a Wildcat, you're like, all right, what's the deal with Cy? Why is it a bird? But it's based in cardinal lore. Cy, he's a cardinal, so he's a bird.
One of their color, their main color is cardinal, and he's a cardinal. It's not that big a stretch.
Yeah, but he's got those big yellow feet.
Right, but Willie Wildcat has regular human feet. He's
that's
a mutant.
dumb. Yeah, he is a mutant. He's done. Is this the worst mascot?
Totally. You think like the other ones are creative, or maybe they're a little quirky. I mean, Herky is a little strange looking. I've always thought he was a little odd looking, just his face. But this is the thing about the Willie Wildcat thing is there's like this attitude that goes along with him.
Yeah.
Where
he's
he
a
walks
poser
around
though. He's not really tough. He's
like
fake
he's
tough.
tough shit. Yeah, he's not
real tough.
No, he's not. He's some pumped up male cheerleader that gets to wear this Shoney's big boy hat.
Yeah, and in the middle here, I guess the Aer Lingus mascot. What are the chances this guy's wearing underwear? He's not.
It looks like a Michigan State Trojan with a leprechaun head.
He's got a leprechaun head. He's probably underwearless. He's wearing a kilt, kind of a kilt.
Strong breeze, yeah, and you'll catch a strong breeze in Ireland. That'll blow up, and
he's definitely drunk.
Frontal. Yeah, you don't want that. Yeah.
He's wasted. All right, back to the game. Although the Iowa State clearly won the mascot battle, Trevor Bohr is out for Iowa State. Oh, here we go. Here's a photo for those watching. That's these are two former interns right here. On the left, Ryan Lund. On the right, Chris Williams. And that internship, that whole
that
brotherhood.
Yeah, right.
Meet up all over the world. So anytime you run into another intern, you just meet up. You have a Guinness.
Exchange the secret handshake and.
Yeah, that's the first thing we teach it. That's really cool that those two met up. People are obviously having a great time there. But Trevor Bohr, he's out. This is a starting offensive lineman for Iowa State, and this is something we would not have known in the past. And we were joking last week, maybe Matt Campbell, with these new requirements, will just list the entire roster as questionable. But when they were required to put out their initial report 2 days ago, they did list Trevor Bohr as out. So he's not out with injury, he's out with illness. So he's not playing, and that's a ding for Iowa State there, because you have these transfers at receiver. You have your two best receivers are now in the NFL, and you don't get the warm-up game against South Dakota or something. You're going straight into the Big 12 Conference in this huge game, and you don't know yet what that passing game is going to look like. You know that Rocco Becht is going to be able to pass to these two tight ends, Bramer and Burkle, but the receivers, that could take a little while to get the timing, and the running game, where you have Sama and Carson
Hansen, Jensen
Hansen.
Right.
He's the starter. So you just don't know yet how they're going to be able to block and move the ball and protect Beck, and whether they can run against that really good K-State defensive line. So that's a ding for Iowa State, with Bohr being out this game. Not sure when he'll be back.
Yeah, aside from losing Rocco Becht, it's to me some of the worst news that I could have heard. I mean, it's the offensive line. These guys are not household names at this point. But what you know is that any college football team is probably on offense are going to do about as well as their offensive line can. They're going to go as far as their offensive line can carry them. And Iowa State in the past has had a lot of trouble with their offensive line, whether it's run blocking, protecting the passer, just allowing the quarterback to get in any kind of rhythm. That it's always been a problem. So when I heard this, I was glad to hear that it was an illness rather than an injury, which I don't know anything about the illness. It could be way off, but you would rather hear that it's an illness that he can get over in a couple of days than an injury that he's out, keeps him out for weeks or maybe the whole season. But still, losing a guy that you were counting on being one of the starting linemen in that unit that you are going to be counting on so much is bad news at this point. You just don't want to hear it. And then, we just don't know enough about this team right now. I mean, it may end up that everybody else is so good it doesn't matter. But right now, when you're just kind of, blindly making predictions for what you're going to see tomorrow, the last thing I wanted to hear was that Iowa State was losing somebody off the offensive line.
Yeah, it's tough, and these are two teams. Unlike most of the teams in the country, we kind of know a little bit about these two teams. It's not like Texas Tech or a team that's turned over their roster with NIL or anything. One of the great things about the culture of Iowa State and Iowa is that they're not caught up in that great turnover thing. They don't lose many people. Like people get into the culture of Iowa State and Matt Campbell so much that there are players that could pursue more money in the SEC or in some cases the Big Ten, and they don't leave. For the most part, they stay. And that's to Matt Campbell's credit, and Kirk Ferentz has that kind of credit. We've said this many times. Matt Campbell and Kirk Ferentz are more alike than they are different. They're just the age. There's an age gap there, but those guys are a lot alike. Let's get a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas, WCI Pools and Spas in Ames and Urbandale.
Your bias aside, be accountable. Who wins?
Yeah, whatever.
Iowa State or Kansas State?
All right, AD, what do you think? Not what do you want, what do you think? Because I'll tell you what I want is Iowa State to win. Because if Iowa State wins, and then Iowa and Iowa State both win next weekend, as they should, that is so much better for the excitement of the Cyhawk game and RVTV. So there's no question what I want is Iowa State to win. That makes our RVTV week better, even though we have learned it doesn't always mean you know the outcome of the game just because you think you can predict it because one or the other team has lost coming into that game. But it's better for us if Iowa State wins. But, AD, what do you think happens?
Yeah, I think that Kansas State probably edges Iowa State. I did our Iowa Everywhere predictions. They're up on the website now in Randy Peterson's column. I think Iowa State is just not going to get off to a great start. I think they're a second-half team, and they'll come back, but I do think it'll fall short. I think Avery Johnson makes one more play than Rocco Becht, and I think it's a close game. I really do think it's a pick 'em. I wouldn't bet this game, but if I gun to my head, I'm going to pick Kansas State by a field goal.
What do you think, Andy?
Well, if this game is at Jack Trice Stadium, I pick Iowa State all day long. You know, fast starts are not Matt Campbell's thing, whether it's the season or the game. And I think that, you know, they could potentially put themselves in just a little too deep a hole early on, and just have trouble with a good Kansas State team. This team is ranked higher. Betting against Chris Kleiman has really gotten me in trouble in the past. And, you know, I think this is a tough time of the year for this. Again, I mean, I haven't seen this Iowa State team. They're returning a bunch of players, but they sure did lose some very important players from last year's team. But we haven't seen them. I don't know. But going off my gut, I feel like K-State is going to have more, and they're going to do just enough with that I think Iowa State will end up having a hole to dig out of, and they just won't be able to.
Yeah, I feel like it's better for our listeners and viewers if one of us is going the other way, but I do think this will be a close game. But I'm also picking Kansas State, and it's just I am unsure, even though these transfers are talented, that the passing game for Iowa State can be where it needs to beat a good K-State team. It's the number 17 team in the country going into the season, and I do think the passing game is going to be fine. But this is the first game, and you don't get a ramp up. You don't get to start to feel it a little bit and get that offensive line now down a key starter. And K-State's defensive line is really good, so I think it's going to be really difficult for Iowa State to establish the running game enough to open up the passing game where Rocco can start to cook, as he sometimes does. Also, I was at the Iowa State-Kansas State Frozen game November 30th, and Avery Johnson made some bad mistakes, and Rocco outplayed him in that game. But there's no question like who has more talent. And Iowa State to win this game will have to force Avery Johnson into mistakes again, because he's a guy, when you watch him, you're like, wow, this guy can pass, he can run. This is like an NFL talent. But he does make mistakes. If they can force him into mistakes, like they did in November, Iowa State will win the game. But I feel like this is going to be, I think Avery Johnson will be the difference in this game. But it's so awesome to have this. Is it like, if you're a Hawkeye fan, good luck getting all excited other than that you have a game next week. But you're playing Albany. And Iowa State does that sometimes too, where you're like the first game is something, it's just you're excited because there's football being played, but you have zero excitement about the matchup. Iowa's a 38-point favorite next week.
Does it feel? I was thinking about that on my drive down here this morning. The difference, how different you feel with this game that Iowa State has, as opposed to the games they usually have in the opening week.
So much
or the
better.
game that Iowa has, where it's like in a typical season opener against some patsy, the pressure is on the team, because they have to, not only do they have to win, they have to win convincingly, and the units on the field need to show you something. It's like your team goes out there and just has so much to prove to you, right? I mean, they can win the game and you still come away feeling really unsettled. You know, if they don't win convincingly. Even if they do win convincingly, you're still just like, well, they're playing nobody. But in this game, it's like the pressure is on you, the fan.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, they're up against a, mid-season opponent, a late-season opponent, like an opponent that you usually meet when you are at full capacity.
Right. And
everybody's
these
practiced.
high stakes.
Yeah, you know who you've made personnel changes by this point. I mean, you know who your best units are, best players are on the field.
Right.
And you got to come out of the gate. And so you, like as a fan, you're just like, oh my God, I don't know what to expect here. I don't know whether to, feel the way I normally do in the opening week of the season, or should I be all all hesitant and worried. But you got to make a decision, right? I mean, you got to, okay,
Yes.
where are you? You feeling good? Or you feeling queasy?
Yeah, because the team that wins this, Iowa State or Kansas State, the team that wins this probably moves up a little bit in the AP top 25. The team that loses, if Iowa State loses, they're going to drop out of the top 25. If Kansas State loses, they might hang in 23, 24, 25, something like that. But the winner of this immediately becomes a favorite to be in the Big 12 championship game out of the 16 teams and in the conversation for getting in the college football playoff. But you lose this game. I mean, there's so much at stake, and that's fun. Like the Iowa game against Albany, you're excited, like AD, you're excited because college football starts. But you're not excited about the matchup at all. Like, you don't know anything about the Great Danes. You don't care. You know Iowa's going to win that game. Even if they play poorly, they're going to win by a couple touchdowns. So do you still like to, as a fan, would you like to ease in like that against Albany? Or would you rather, like, say, what would be the equivalent, like Iowa starting with Minnesota week 1?
Yeah, I mean, I think in normal circumstances, I'd rather start against a good team and like let's hit the ground running. And I think I'll feel that way probably after like the first quarter against Albany. But with Mark Gronowski and like the whole new offense and everything, I think it's good for Iowa to have hopefully a patsy, hopefully a game that they can kind of ease in and get their feet under them. But again, I think like halfway through the second quarter when I was up by 20 points, I'm going to be like, man, I wish I was playing somebody with a pulse today.
Andy, I'm going to give you 3 answers. Pick the actual answer, okay? This is Kirk Ference asked about playing a game overseas like Iowa State is to start the season. All right, 3 choices. Exciting opportunity. It's something we would like to look into. Yeah, you play whoever's on the schedule, or 0 interest.
Is he in private?
No, on the record.
He's on the record in front of the media.
Playing overseas.
I think he'd be up for it.
0 interest.
0 interest. That's the answer?
0 interest in playing overseas. 0 interest.
He said 0 interest?
0 interest.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me, I guess. Is my microphone sound a little bit better now?
Yeah, you're good.
Andrew said you could hear the cicadas in the background. I was just like, man, that's St. Louis
Really?
right now. Oh, yeah.
Cicadas in the day?
Oh, man, they're everywhere. They're all the time. They've stopped for the time being, but there is somebody using a chainsaw nearby, so I think that was coming through. Anyway.
Hang on a sec, Andy. Hang on a sec. Aiden, if you could slowly pan over. Sipker just fell asleep in his chair. Hang on. I'm not kidding. He's asleep in his chair.
He's really asleep.
Yes, he is. He fell asleep in his chair.
My God. Late night at the craps table.
He was there all night like he was Mr. Vegas. He's asleep in his chair.
Well, I mean, you know what, Murph, you're violating like the main rule of Vegas. What happens there stays there.
Not
falls asleep on the job. That's not something.
He's doing He's doing. Hang on. Go back to him if you would. Just hang on.
Just leave it right there. Leave it right there.
Should we just leave it on?
Just see if his head falls forward. He does some deep breaths.
Hey, have you seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Oh yeah. He's got the mouth closed. He's breathing in with his nose. Oh yeah, he's sleeping. That's why he's got those sunglasses on. Can't tell. She's out.
Hey, did you notice when he started to nod off? Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, we'll wake him up when it's.
Oh yeah. Good morning, sunshine.
Hey, Scott. No, not yet. No, not yet.
It's so mean messing with somebody when they're sleeping. God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted from whatever was being said. But you can interact on YouTube. On X, it's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com. It's all powered by the cellular advantage with 35 regional locations. Proud partner with U.S. Cellular and now T-Mobile. So get best of both worlds.
I would like to encourage Doug Eklund to open a U.S. cellular advantage store in northern Missouri.
Missouri?
They need it. They need something up there. Man, it's like a different time zone when you cross the Missouri border before you get to St. Louis.
Ooh.
It's its own world there.
See, you've made me think of fireworks and cigarettes.
And
that's
weed.
what it is. And weed, yeah.
This kind of weed?
Oh, yeah. Missouri is a recreational state.
Oh, my glasses are steaming up from laughing.
There's a really funny story. So I'll tell this while I'm here with my sister-in-law. Kahala would come down here, and she and my sister-in-law get along really well. And there was this really cute, like, women's boutique clothing store.
Yeah.
In our hometown here, and she would go. They would like to go shop there and pick out some cute blouses. And
blouses.
Tops. Yeah, just really nice clothes. It was kind of high end. It was kind of high end too. And then a couple like last year, Kahala was like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to go to that boutique." And then and Becky was like, "Oh no, we can't go there. It's a weed store now."
Really?
Yeah.
AD, name the show. Game Blouses.
Chappelle Show, baby.
Oh, yeah, man, you're on that. Just reverse dunk. He's hanging up the Game Blouses. Yeah, Prince. That was Charlie Murphy telling the story, right?
Yeah, exactly. They had made fun of Prince.
Prince.
We're going to play shirts and blouses.
He could play basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Prince was really good.
He's just like hanging over the rim, just suspended in air. That was great. All right, now let's find out what's bugging you. Powered by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Hey guys, it's Luke in Springville, Iowa calling. What's bugging me today, unfortunately, is the great sponsor, Fairway Meat and Grocery. In particular, what I'm referring to is the forced, awkward courtesy help out to my vehicle, where I've got to have a forced, awkward conversation with a teenage boy that is pushing my groceries for me in a cart and then putting them in the vehicle, and they will not allow me to do it. Nothing is more awkward than when little Jimmy asks, "Mr. Jones, do you want this meat in the front or in the back?" Please, let's not have this conversation, all right? I am almost 40 years old. I can grab my own groceries and put them in my own f***ing car. I love Fairway Frank. I love Chris Hassel. I love the meat sweats. But please, let me put my own groceries in my car.
I'm Travis in Ames, and what's bugging me is I haven't heard an update from Andy in probably 15 years on the Doppler wars. Technology's changed quite a bit, and I need Andy to weigh in on it.
Hey, fellas, this is Larry David Jr. out in Boone Durant. I just wanted to call in and say that what's bugging me is all these logos these days. I just saw the Cellular Advantage one, and it is a piece of gorgeous work with the old phone thing with the wings flying out, ready to take my message wherever it needs across the world. I love that. I miss these old, beautiful logos like the one with the Starbucks with the mermaid with their boobies hanging out, like all that stuff Andy was showing. Bring us those days back. I miss that. And I love just the classics like Jizz and Goes. Come and Goes, and they're going to replace it with the ugly Maverick thing with the mountains. We're in Iowa. It's flat and gorgeous and wonderful in God's country. Bring back the good logos. That's what's bugging me.
Oh, man.
The Fairway thing is so true. That's so funny. It's a really nice feature, and there are always really nice kids working in there, but you can kind of tell that they're all instructed to ask how your day is going so far. And so, got big plans for the weekend? It reminds you of those like old training videos that you see on Instagram and stuff, like the guys at Sizzler Steakhouse. So he's like cutting the prime rib, and he's like, here's how you communicate with customers. So, catch the Vikings game last night. It's just so awkward. But yeah, they have to talk to you that, and they got to help you out with your groceries. And then you always feel like you're like, no, I don't need help. Do I look like somebody that needs help? What are you trying to tell me, kid?
All these companies now, these companies all have, and we get it for legal reasons, but everybody has these instructional videos you have to watch. And one of the things that almost every company has now is the cybersecurity instructional video. And you get to the end, and the questions are like, okay, somebody asks you one of the following three. Which should you avoid? Hey, I just need your credit card, social security number, and driver's license ID. And yeah, that's red flag. That's the one. Yeah, don't do that. Don't give them that stuff. Oh my goodness!
I like the people that at the register they just half-assedly ask you if you're a member of their rewards program, and you can tell their heart isn't really in it.
Yeah.
They're just told they have to say that. Are you a member of our rewards program? No, I'm not. Okay, that'll be $5.46. They don't take it to the next level, which they're supposed to do. They're supposed to. Oh, you're not? Well, today you could be saving 76 cents.
Oh my
Would you
gosh!
like to sign up?
It's in my head because the 3 years I worked at AMC Theaters, the thing we had to say to everybody, you had to try to upsell every customer on pops. So the line they would give us is for 10 cents more, you get 4 more ounces. And now it would probably be the equivalent would be like 50 cents more. But at the time it was 10 cents more, you get 4 more ounces. And just human nature, people say yes. Because the profit margins on the pop and popcorn at movie theaters, that's where they make their money. It's not on buying the tickets. It's the concession, which is outrageously overpriced in most places. And I hated upselling. I mean, you know me, that's not my thing. And
but that's so easy to do there. There needs to be like a common term for movie theater pricing, right? Where they a small is $7.
Oh, geez.
But
yeah.
an extra large is $7.50. It's just
and they also try to shame you up in the price. It's like, okay, I'll have a small. You want the kitty size? No, I just want a small. Yeah, that's called kitty size. That's like.
Yeah.
That's called.
You. Thank you, Hannah.
You want the SP? SP? What's SP? A small penis. What?
Yeah,
it's called small penis?
Where they have like 16 and 22 ounce beers. And when they ask, it was like, do you want that man-sized?
Do you want it man-sized or you want the SP?
No,
you want the SP size?
The kid-sized beer.
Yeah, so, but in like one of the all-time just random things for me, a break I had in my life, it was always hard for me to upsell at AMC Theaters. You're supposed to tell every person for 10 cents more, you get 4 more ounces. And they sent around, they would pay people to go to various theaters across the country, and they would basically, they're checking on the person. You had to wear a name tag and whatnot. And I rarely said that, but I did when there was a spy at our theater in Leesburg. I did upsell for 10 cents more, you get 4 more ounces. So I got an automatic 25 cent an hour raise and got my name up at the theater for being the employee of the month because I was caught upselling. And that was good luck for me because I usually didn't do it. It made me so uncomfortable. And occasionally you'd get a person that would go like, hey, I appreciate the offer, but I just don't want all that soda. I just want the medium, or I just want the small. But I would say 95% of people would say, okay, yeah. So it worked.
I think you need to
therapy
to keep that title though. Keith Murphy, not like Keith Murphy, WHO 13 Sports, Keith Murphy, Keith Murphy, Employee of the Month, because that's still. I mean, you carry that for life. It's like being a Supreme Court justice. I mean, isn't it? I mean, you were Employee of the Month. Period. They can't ever take that away from you.
I'm far too young at my age to run for president. I mean,
you're right.
so I can keep this going. I'm way too young.
15 years before you can run.
All right, some other hot topics because Scott, we've woken him up, so we're going to bring him on in a minute. The SEC finally commits to 9 conference games. Thank God. Like, what took so long? So they're forced into this. You're like, what? Okay, what finally made them do it? You can come up with 9 different things that finally made them commit to 9 conference games.
I know what my guess is.
It's money. Yeah,
that was my guess.
Those are your guess, money. Yeah, so the Big Ten and the SEC, the 2 conferences that have all the power, they're going back and forth on what's going to happen to this college football playoff. And the Big Ten has made enough noise about the SEC only playing 8 conference games that they finally committed to a 9 conference game, and also, thankfully, 1 serious game outside the 9. So you can play like 2 Albanys, but you also have to play an Iowa State or an Iowa. You have to play 1 serious game outside the 9, and then you can have your 2 exhibitions. Good.
Well, and the fans would rather have this. I mean, you're a terrible sports fan if you're openly rooting for your powerhouse SEC team to play some shit team that means nothing to anybody. I mean, come on. That's not why you're paying all this money. That's not what schools in the position of power schedule. You know that just flies completely against the whole spirit of competition.
But it works.
What works?
It works to play a soft schedule. Look at Indiana last year, and look at Indiana's schedule for the next few years. They don't play anybody outside of their conference schedule.
But Indiana that's different. Indiana is still stuck in the Indiana of our entire lifetime, other than the last 2 years. If it's Alabama, though, and they're playing these ridiculous passes, I mean, they're playing against teams who literally don't have a single player that could make their roster. I mean, even make their roster.
That's
true. They couldn't walk on there. No one is calling for that game. No one. And they don't need to step down that far to get easy wins. Indiana, I mean, when they're scheduling these games, I mean, probably goes back a couple of years. They're probably still feeling like they aren't sure enough about themselves that they need to schedule some of these. They at least have an argument, right? It's not a good one, but they've at least got one. But the Alabamas, LSU's, Florida's, come on, man. I mean, no one is calling for it is a silly. It's not even an NFL preseason type game because it counts, right? I mean, it's not a warm up, and it's against somebody that would never ever play you in any other scenario. They wouldn't be in your conference. You wouldn't meet them in a bowl game. You wouldn't meet them in any kind of a playoff. No one is out there saying, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the way they looked against LSU, but I need to see them against the Citadel, right? I mean,
But the NCAA needs to incentivize playing a more difficult schedule more. Like when you look at Ben McCollum or TJ Otzelberger, 2 guys who will speak to you candidly about their schedules. They're not. Iowa State and Iowa are not scared to play Drake. They're not scared to play UNI. But the upside to playing is not worth the downside if you lose. Like the upside, it's still there for them. The incentive is still there to play somebody like Campbell College or Buena Vista or somebody like that. There's not enough incentive to play a Drake or a UNI because the downside penalizes them too much. And they'll tell you that. Like Ben McCollum, when he was introduced, he was asked about, well, will you play Drake now that you have this, you have this great bond with Drake and affection for Drake? Will Iowa schedule Drake? And he was pretty candid about, like, right now, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because that will be a tough game, and if we lose that game,
basketball's a different animal. Sure.
Yeah, but they need to make all of the schedules where you're more incentivized to play games that matter and the fans care about. All right, we'll move on quickly here. Northwestern has settled with Pat Fitzgerald, who sued Northwestern for $130 million. We don't know what the amount is. That's part of the agreement that nobody discusses how much Pat Fitzgerald got. But, Andy, the interesting thing out of this is Northwestern, in the statement that the two sides agreed to release, they found no wrongdoing on his part. They found no awareness that they did say they found that the culture was one that was not positive, but they didn't find anything that points the finger at him. So he's going to be back in coaching and maybe at Iowa sometime soon.
Yeah, this is too bad, and we say this all the time. This is why you wait and do your research first. Then again, I don't know. I mean, we're not inside there. I don't know what the culture was like there. I don't know what it was feeling like on campus or around that team. You feel like you've lost it in other ways, like he's just doesn't fit anymore today, because he is an old school coach, no doubt. Then I understand schools making that move, but I mean, I'm sure there are so many Northwestern alums and fans. They're now really pissed off about this because he was an extremely popular coach. He was very successful, and he scared teams in the Big Ten. And when you're Northwestern, I don't care what the sport is, but especially football, that is not something that you could put a price tag on. I mean, that is invaluable. That Pat Fitzgerald in this day and age could still do that in the Big Ten Conference. But he did. I mean, Iowa fans absolutely could testify in court to that. I mean, he had a way of pushing his team to find another gear in some of those matches, certainly against Iowa. We didn't pay a whole lot of attention to him in the other games, but I mean, Pat Fitzgerald was an alum. He was a star. I mean, he's an icon. He still is. Whether he's there or not, he's an icon of that school.
So you don't think that Northwestern was reaching for a reason to get rid of him because they had started losing? You think it was an overreaction to the sometimes overly PC environments at a university atmosphere?
No, I think they were reaching for a reason to get rid of. I think there was other stuff going on. I don't think Northwestern wanted to look like that type of school. I think they want to think of themselves as a far more progressive school that doesn't employ people like that anymore. That doesn't uplift. I'm sure they use that word. That brand of coaching. Mm-hmm. And this was a good enough reason where the winds had backed off and the heat had turned up under him that they could move him on. But I don't know. At the end of the day, he was hired to coach a football team, win football games, and he was doing that in spite of so many of the other things that he was already up against at Northwestern. And I don't know that they can ever find that again.
They got that new stadium coming on. We'll see if that helps. Grimaldi's fan photo winner of a $50, that's 50, gift card goes to Mike Ross. Here's Mike and his kids at the Utah Summer Bobsled Run. The track was used in the 2002 Olympics. It will be again in 2034. He says they hit 74 miles an hour on the run, and they are headed to the West Des Moines Grimaldis. Andy, would you do that? Would you hit the bobsled? That looks fun.
I want to say yes. I'm going to guess that is not a smooth ride necessarily, and you get bumped around a lot.
Yeah, you see the guys. They get bumped around a lot.
I see that turning into a back injury for me, and I'm all laid up for weeks afterwards. There is a time in my life I'd be 100% in favor of this. I'd still want to do it, but I think I'd ask some questions first. I would need like one of those hemorrhoids donuts to sit on.
The George Brett hemorrhoid donut.
Had it a little bit, yeah. I mean, it bobsledding. I mean, what kid has not watched the Winter Olympics solely for the bobsledding? Because that looked like the ultimate sled, right? Sledding hill, sledding ride.
Didn't Justin Cernsey get to do that?
Yeah, he did a little of that. Did he do that? Or I think he did the luge.
Oh, that might have been luge. Yeah.
Yeah, which also looks really fun.
And what's skeleton? Skeleton is just like on a sled, just like this.
Is that
right?
going forward on the luge? I think that's
Not
going
sure.
like head first on the luge.
Yeah. All right. Hey,
Yeah, they
now
got skeleton.
here's a guy explaining. Andy, this is for you.
Okay.
I found this for you because you appreciate language and English language. Here's a guy explaining how tough the English language is.
So this word is cove, which means this word is love. No, it's love. Why would you think? It's because it's not love. That's why. Okay. So obviously this word would be. So it'd be clove? No, it's clove. You don't see how? It's because it's love with a C. Clove. That's why. Which means this word would be glove. No, it's glove. You don't see how? Let me try to explain it better. Okay. This word is love, which means this word is mauve. No. Why would you think? I mean, mauve? No, it's move. You don't see how? It's because it's not the same. That's why. So this word is kite. Now come up and spell the word fight. Fight? No. Why would you think? It's fight. You don't see how? It's because it's not the same. That's why. Okay. Now spell the word bite. Bite? No. You don't see how? It's because it's like kite and not like fight. Bite. That's why. Let's take a step back. Spell the word height. Height? No. No. You don't see how? Height. It's because it's 8 with an H. Height. That's why.
Yeah, that does really resonate with how difficult it must be to understand what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, I would assume that other languages have the same. That's etymology, the study of words, their origins, and
I'll take your word for it.
There was an etymology class offered at Drake when I was there, and I was I do not have a degree in journalism. Mine is in English. And
really,
yeah, and I don't. It was obviously was not a required class because I didn't take it, but it was a choice. And I remember I was thinking about taking that, and then there are a couple older guys that I knew that were also English majors, and they were talking about how awful that class was. It was really, really hard.
Ooh.
And it sounds like you're like, yeah, you think it sounds interesting when you go in, and it's way more difficult than you would ever imagine. I was like, all right, screw that. I'll take
screw
something
that.
else. Yeah.
All right, it's time for Throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns. Backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Throwdowns brought to us by Heartland Tire and Auto, treating you like family in Ankeny, Waukee, Knoxville, Boone, and Creston. Andy, we'll start with you. Last year, Iowa State earned a spot in the Big 12 championship game. This year, the media survey predicts them to return. Do you expect Iowa State to return to the Big 12 championship game? I
am very, very careful with the word expect, no matter which of our teams I'm talking about. And I'm not at that point with Iowa State. I'm not going to say that, the Bigger Than 12 podcast, those guys know all the rosters. They know all the other teams. I don't know enough about what else is out there in the Big 12. And I'm not sure that matters. I just don't think I'm at that point with Iowa State. They've got a great quarterback. They've got some really excellent players and a great coach. They have the pieces. I need to see more before I put any expectations like that on this season.
Yeah, I do not expect Iowa State back in the championship game, and it's simply because the parity is what I love about the Big 12 conference. Like it's wide open. Like, no one knows who's going to win it. No one knows who's going to be in the championship game. Iowa State could be there. But, like, it's when you go through the schedule and you think, well, Iowa State can win this game and win this game and win this game. The other team is also doing that, too. They're like, oh, we could beat Iowa State. We could beat – like, you don't know. Like, there's not a team you can't see winning any games, and there's not a team that you're, like, scared to play in the Big 12. And that's pretty cool. But just going by the odds, no. I don't expect Iowa State in the championship game again, but that would be fun. I hope it happens.
Yeah, we've established we don't really know, but everybody does have predictions on how the upcoming football season will go. Heading into week 0, Murph, about which season are you more uncertain, Iowa's or Iowa State's?
Iowa's, because the schedule gets more difficult, and you have a quarterback who is a superstar at the FCS level. Can he bring that to the Big Ten Conference? I mean, more than 10,000 yards passing, more than 50 touchdowns passing. Mark Gronowski, we know he can play football. Can he do anything close at this level to what he did at the previous level? If he does, Iowa has a dark horse chance to get to the playoff. If he's mediocre, or if he's the disappointment Cade McNamara was, Iowa could be 6-6 or 5-7. We just don't know.
This is an easy choice for me. I'm far more certain about Iowa's season than Iowa State's season. I mean, it doesn't matter who plays quarterback for Iowa. We've established that, right? Yeah. We've seen the worst quarterbacks in college football play for the Hawkeyes, and they were still pretty damn good. I mean, I know their lines are going to be good. Their offensive line is going to be good. Their defensive line is going to be good.
Their schedule's much harder, though. They got to have quarterback play.
Well, we'll see. They
do.
Well, fine. They lose the tough games. I still feel more confident about them winning 8 games than I do Iowa State winning 8 games. I mean, I absolutely. I mean, honestly, with Iowa and a tough schedule, good quarterback, bad quarterback, easy schedule, how far does it swing? It doesn't swing to 5 wins. It never swings that far.
They're not in the Big Ten West anymore. I think they have to have a good quarterback play to have a winning season.
I still think, if they have serviceable quarterback, I mean, he's going to be better than what we've seen in recent years. I feel confident about that.
He has to be.
And
Iowa's had the worst power conference quarterback in the nation for like 4 years in a row.
I think they can have an above average quarterback and still beat Wisconsin this year. I do, even at Wisconsin.
All right, Andy, I'm going to do a little social experiment. Does the phrase K-pop demon hunters mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's the little Korean kids, right, running around, and my kids are not real into them, but I hear that come up a lot. It was suggested that our neighborhood use the K-pop demon hunters as a Halloween costume theme this coming year because Halloween's on a Friday. How great is that?
I feel like my signal dropped out. K-pop demon hunters?
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
If this has infiltrated your world at all, Murph. This
Zero.
Is huge. It's
First time I've ever heard it.
They've got the #1 song in the country. I think 4 of the top 10 on the Billboard charts are from this movie. It's the #1 movie on Netflix.
Do you know K-pop demon hunters?
Am I right? It's the little Korean kids?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a K-pop demon hunters.
Demon hunters?
Yeah, I didn't think it was like a street gang, but right.
But yeah, it's like it's a huge cultural phenomenon.
Does K-pop stand for Korean pop?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's really what it stands for?
Yeah.
Korean pop.
I thought it was going to be like some kind of snack, or I have no idea what you're talking about.
Kentucky pop.
All right.
Hey, some of the songs are really good. You should check them out. That's Throwdowns.
Confluence is the official beer of Murph and Andy.
Look at that.
And Confluence.
I'm almost done with my Confluence here. My niece Hannah brought that to me, and I was noticing.
I've got Smart Water.
This is Confluence, but it's in the Carlsberg glass that I suspect was stolen from one of the bars in Denmark that we were in.
Really?
I suspect. It may have been legally purchased.
Jenny, will you see if they have a Confluence?
But I know my brother, and I'm going to guess that this is hot. How's that smart water? Is it making you smarter?
I don't feel smarter, and Jenny has poured some kind of hydration thing in it.
Yeah, that looks like you're on vacation. All of our bottled waters in the room have those Pedialyte packets poured into them.
Only $8.
Oh, that's a steal in Vegas. They are trying.
Oh, guess what? So this morning we thought, I don't feel like going down to the lobby. Let's have a pot of coffee delivered to the room. Guess what a pot of coffee is without the tip? Just the pot of coffee.
Okay, do they mention that it comes with like your choice of sweeteners and cream?
Nope, just says carafe of coffee.
$26.
$50. 50.
What?
50.
That's
How much
water
was just
poured.
The tip?
Oh, he's awake. He's awake enough to make a lame attempt at a sex joke here on a Friday. That's water poured through coffee grounds.
Correct.
$50. See, good. I'm glad Las Vegas is struggling right now. They deserve it.
Ready or not, and he's not. Scott School.
Scott School. Scott School. Scott School is cool. Yeah.
Mr. Vegas.
Scotty Vegas is here. Or Vegas Scotty. Sorry, I got my name wrong.
Seriously, how are you? Are you okay? Aiden Pan right, I'm told.
Yeah.
I am.
There you go. That's better.
All right.
Do we need to sit closer together?
Pan down. That's
Intertangle
better.
our
There you
leg hairs.
Stay awake. Seriously, are you okay?
Why are you asleep?
I'm doing great.
Why are you asleep?
Yeah, why you sleep? Because you're at the craft table all night.
Well, and Keith told me to be here at 11:30, and it is now afternoon. And Scotty Vegas was out last night pretty late.
This is the deepest voice you've ever had.
Yeah.
Scotty Vegas.
I had a good time last night. Stayed up a little later than maybe one should, but we're in Las Vegas.
You were rolling at the Circa craps table. You love Circa.
I love Circa so much. Look at these chips right here. Splash the pot.
Fingers. Oh, that's deep.
Let me see what these are 25s.
Yeah, what's that one though?
That one. Oh my gosh, that's a $500 chip. Wow. Jenny, take that. It's a $500
How long does he
chip.
hang on to that today? Is the question.
We're gonna cash that out. I went to the.
This is the ultimate contest weekend, by the way. At Circa. Circa
Make sure
Millions.
you sign up.
Does Survivor mean you pick a team, like you picked a team to not lose each week?
Yeah, you want to survive.
Hey, how bloodshot are his eyes? Let
me see.
Sunglasses don't come off in Vegas. $21 million in guaranteed prizes here at Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Check it out.
So Scott, I know I'm gonna have to pull you along. It's Scott School.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, do you know why it's called a jackpot?
Why?
It's because originally when poker was being played, the first bet you made was when you had jacks or better. And so the pot would start with jacks. And that's why we call it a jackpot. And that's Scott School.
Scott School is cool. Yeah.
It's not cool at all. All right, this stupid quickie poll. You had a good stupid quickie poll last week.
Yeah.
But this, go ahead, AD. Jeez.
Who annoys you most? Is it Fales, Hassel, Murphy, or Williams?
Why?
Well, congratulations, Murph. You're winning this poll.
Losing.
By being the least annoying.
No, I doubt that. I can't read that. Let me do the Mr. Movie.
Murph is at 5%.
All right, who's winning this? Hassel? Oh,
and
yeah.
Williams, there's no doubt.
Hassel's got a gift, though.
But he does it on purpose. I like Hassel.
You know what, though?
He's really smart.
People who get annoyed by Hassel will stand in a line just to meet him.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's actually really annoyed by Hassel.
And they're going to get to the end of that line and realize that he ain't there because he doesn't do that shit.
Hey, seriously, let me ask a question, Andy and Scott.
Yeah.
Why has CBS Sports not utilized Hassel more?
Because it's scary.
No,
Well,
seriously,
it's
like
they're scared.
I mean,
they're
they've
scared.
used him more than ESPN, but like his play-by-play,
yeah,
he's great. Like I do play-by-play, so I understand that it's harder than most people think it is, and he's truly gifted. Like I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be okay at it. I know it's not my strength. He's gifted. Like he's great. Like why is he not on national broadcasts all the time?
Well, he's a Satan worshiper.
Well, there's that.
That often gets in the way.
Okay. Was not expecting that as the answer, but okay. Yeah, that'll get in the way. I didn't realize.
I honestly think that sometimes when you have guys that are that good at something, it works against them because they deal with people around them who are jealous and fear for their own jobs or the jobs of somebody else that they care about or have more interest in or more connected to, and they keep people down. They run interference for them. I don't know, but I completely agree with you. I don't know why. Personally, I like it because I can still say that we utilized him far better than anybody else has. And by anybody else, we mean ESPN and CBS.
Yeah,
I mean, we
CBS
utilized
has
him
done better than ESPN, but still, they check him down still.
There are two roads here we have to examine.
Okay.
Though. The why don't they use him as like an SNL type of talent? I understand the risk. Right. They don't want to associate it. But when you're talking about play-by-play, if Chris Hassel was coming along 25 or 30 years ago, he would have the job that you're talking about. I don't. But unfortunately, he doesn't quite have any sort of minority status, and he's not going to get elevated.
You think he's not the son of a broadcaster, and he's a white male?
Yeah, and I unfortunately I think that has something to do with it, because he's so good.
He's so good.
He is so good at play-by-play, and
it's
I'm
so hard. It's so much more difficult.
When you have sons of broadcasters, you've got, first of all, I mean, you have a name brand already, right? Which is easy to sell, whether it's to an audience or to higher ups that you're pitching your suggestion to. Many times those, the senior broadcasters, the namesakes, are still alive and still very connected and have a lot of power. And then you have a fan base that, instantly latches on. I mean, Chip Carey in St. Louis is probably a pretty good example, although I've come around on him. I like him as a Cardinals broadcaster now, but he got his job because of his dad, who got his job because of his grandpa.
Yep.
And
they turned out to all be good. Same
they
with
were
Joe
fine,
Buck.
but
Joe Buck's good.
Absolutely. And Joe Buck is good. Joe Buck is better than the younger Careys, but they got their jobs because of that. And when they got their jobs, their dads or, even grandfathers, in Harry Carey's case, were still alive and still had power and still had draw. And the St. Louis Blues have done that in a horrible way with the Kelly family. You get these guys who are probably not qualified for these jobs, but it doesn't really matter how good they are. It doesn't. It's like they want the name recognition. And that's selling it to an individual team and their fan base. That's different than a national level. But then it's not, right? I mean, because many of these national guys have legacy names and they move in. There are a number of factors at play. Chris and his peculiar habits, and but also I do truly think
Chris
that
and his peculiar habits.
I think he's so damn good that I think people are intimidated by his talent.
Wow. Well, that's something anyone would like said about them, right? He's so good, people are intimidated by his talent.
I truly believe that, but
That's awesome.
Man, I've seen that. You've seen that too, up close. I mean, we've seen people who are intimidated by Chris's talent, and it's like when you get to know Chris, you realize that he's a very flawed individual, and there's no reason that you need to be intimidated by him. And you see the squalor that he grew up in. Did you see that tour with those damn chairs at Donnie's house the other day?
Yeah.
I mean,
they should pay somebody to take those chairs.
I mean, there's illness there.
He's trying to sell those chairs. Those chairs are stupid.
I've seen those chairs.
All right, we got to get some more here.
Yeah, all right.
Scott's about.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
I got to pull this up on my phone as we talk a little bit about Either Or, which is just going to be printing money for the next week with the perfect patio weather week. Poor Ed Wilson is bored talking about this forecast. Don't feel sorry for him, but he is. It's so good. It's so nice. And there's no better place to be in nice weather than the Either Or patio. And even, man, just go to Either Or, inside, outside. Get yourself, go belly up to that bar. Order your lady a Corpse Reviver number 2 at the bar. And tell me that the rest of the restaurant doesn't think, man, that's a high roller that just came in. Did he just throw up in his shoe? What's he doing?
I'm just making sure that Scott's awake.
I miss Either Or. It's usually right there, and
it's right. Yeah, it's
so far away from it.
It's a stone's throw.
Andy, who has a deeper voice, Wolfman Jack or Scott right now?
Hey, I called you this morning and woke you up, and it was not that early, and you sounded like you were talking from under a bucket.
We had fun last night.
We did.
You guys stayed up late. Yeah, don't try to pass the buck.
Only
here.
one of us has been sleeping during the show.
More restaurant news here from Des Moines. Americana is closing. They have an incredible location there. The owner of Americana is Scott Carlson, who is a good friend of mine from Drake and one of Des Moines' great restaurateurs. He also has Court Avenue Brewing Company and Gilroy's in West Des Moines. And is a great guy, a major beer aficionado. We've had him on the show a number of times. He's just a wonderful guy to hang out with. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing here. Their lease is up. I know this place is done well, but he's kind of been somebody that sort of pointed out to me from the beginning when we had the pandemic and everybody kind of changing up their patterns downtown, pointing out to me that this was going to be a long-term problem for restaurants in downtown Des Moines, is that people learned very quickly in the pandemic that they could work from home, and many of them still are able to work from home. And the businesses, a lot of them are just fine with that because they don't have to pay for these office spaces anymore. But the problem is that changes the patterns downtown. People aren't down there to eat lunch like they used to be. And a lot of these restaurants that, like Americana, that depended on that lunch crowd, have not seen enough traffic to return. And we know the profit margins in that industry are very, very slim. And so Scott and company are moving on. I know they'll be fine, but that's still sad. What a great location across from the Sculpture Park. Such a cool space inside with the 2 levels. They did a lot of work renovating that building. But I wish my friend Scott Carlson and company the best of luck with whatever their new venture is. I'm sure there's something else coming in there.
Hang on, Andy. Scott, would you like to add anything?
No.
Okay.
He did acknowledge that he knew what Americana was.
Just checking to make sure he's awake.
Somebody mentioned come and go earlier. It is quickly becoming came and went. The new owner, Maverick, is changing signs all over the metro. This is some random gas pump that somebody at the Des Moines Register took a picture of in Urbandale. What did they just put electrical tape over the come and go signs?
Jeez.
That sucks. I mean, gather up your come and go, memorabilia, I guess is what you
saw a guy last night here at Circa. He was at the craps table, not the one Scott was on a heater. in a come and go T-shirt. I mean, those. I doubt he was from Iowa, but like people that go to Iowa, they left with that merch because they're like, what? Hang on, it's called Come and Go.
I feel like can we buy that name from them? I mean, they're not using it, right? I mean, I would like to have it just to sell our own line of T-shirts.
You have Krause's name, a phone in your phone number? Jeez Louise.
I do not.
You have Krause's phone number, right?
Scott, do you need to take another nap?
I don't.
No, I'm flying high right now.
All right. Let's check in on the Onion for a quick headline here. Novelty Nachos helmet works way into regular dishes rotation. This is funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the point of the actual batting helmet that they serve you the nachos in the game, but I mean, how many cups right now are in everybody's pantry that came with a beer that you bought or a giant soda or something, and you've just kept them? I mean, I have plastic cups in our cupboard that we've used for so long. The logos have worn off. I don't even know where they came from. I got so many Peggy's cups up there. Oh, man.
It's a good cup. I
yeah,
like those
if it's a good cup, you hang on to it. If it works for you, you stick with it. 8 years ago today, the Red Sox honored cancer survivor Jordan Leandre with a chance to throw out the first pitch at Fenway Park. And Jordan, well, he honored them right back with one of the greatest moments in the long history of that ballpark. One pitch, 2 balls.
All right, Jordan, fire it in there.
One pitch, 2 balls.
Almost spit my beer.
One pitch, 2 balls.
One more time, Andy.
All right, Jordan, fire it in there.
I think it's his fault. That guy in the back needs to be way more reactive.
I mean, and honestly, I mean, it's a horrible first pitch, right?
It is.
And if that doesn't hit that guy, that's all anybody's talking about. They're like, Jordan Leandre, I mean, what a terrible first pitch. But it hits the guy right in the dick, so it's suddenly the best first pitch. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I've seen worse, like 50 Cent.
Oh,
50
that
Cent.
was really
And
bad.
Sean Johnson at the Iowa Cubs game. You could tell that's the first time she'd ever thrown a ball, I
And
think.
she's a great athlete.
Yeah, she threw it straight.
But if she hit somebody right in the tip, it would have been great.
It'd been viral.
Right? It would have been viral. Yeah. 8 years ago today, looking back. Let's do a little Murph and Andy travelogue here as we travel around for some stuff that's some good stuff to see. In Westchester, Ohio, did you know there's an intersection that is well known to locals because it is constantly at risk of being stolen? It is the intersection of Grin Drive and Barrett Road.
Grin and Barrett.
Yeah.
Nice.
In
Scott,
Arkansas,
I'll help you through these.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, explain it to him. Yeah,
Grin and Barrett.
In Arkansas, Bald Knob, Arkansas, is always replacing signs.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
the arrow pointing up.
Yeah, Bald Knob.
Yeah, right there.
It's straight up.
In British Columbia, it's the intersection of Brown and Butt. Yeah, Brown Road and Butt Road. Yeah, always replacing them. In the UK,
it does say brown butt stop. So if you see that, you know what to do.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
He's awake enough to make that observation. Relatively sharp. I've actually seen this one near Kenosha, Wisconsin. Local World War II hero Richard Bong was honored with a state park in his name. Can't miss the signs for the Bong Recreation Center, the Bong Recreation Area.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to hear from Reverend Ray for sure.
So
this thing is called Dick Bong?
Yeah, his name is Dick Bong.
Okay.
Wow.
Richard Bong, the Bong family.
The Bongers.
The Racine County Bongs.
Long Buck Dong.
In the UK, the signs kept getting stolen, so the town took action. You want to steal this sign, you better bring a big old truck to Shitterton.
like that move.
And finally, Andrew, in Upper Austria, the townsfolk got so sick of replacing signs and taking grief that they finally pushed through a successful petition and changed the spelling of fucking Austria to fugging. That was honestly the town name.
Why
my
did
gosh.
you change it? That's a terrible. That's great branding.
And
Oh,
you
my
know,
gosh.
I mean, what in German it's different, and
Maverick needs to rebring back the Come and Go brand just for that town.
Oh, hey, Andy, just a reminder, we got happy hour coming up here live from Circa in like a half hour.
That's right. Circa $1,700,000, $6 million in guarantees, and the Circa Survivor, $15 million in guarantees to the winner, $1,000 per entry.
Finish up with a quick game of Who's the Asshole.
Oh, I love Who's the Asshole. Let's see.
You asshole.
You're an asshole.
Stop breaking the law, asshole! Back off, asshole!
This machine just called me an asshole.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!
I'm an American. You're a sick asshole.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do this one from memory, but it's
Okay.
fresh. It just happened yesterday, and
Wow.
I'm gonna pass this on. This is from devoted Murph and Andy listeners. Well, I don't want to give our full name, but let's just call her Susan in West Des Moines. So she has the PTO meeting yesterday. School's getting ready to go back into session. The PTO's
Okay.
meeting. What's their budget going to be like? What are the parties they're going to have?
This is Susan in West Des Moines.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah. So setting it up, having the meeting there, all the parents are there. You know, they're spitballing. You know what they're going to do for the activities this year. And this other woman. They're saying, okay, you know, we have these pizza parties. What are we going to have for the fun run? Okay, well, we're going to have pizza, and we're going to have, you know, we'll do a movie and do this. Well, this woman stands up and she insists that they not do that.
Not do what? Not do the movie? Not do the fun run?
The pizza and the movie, because her children are gluten-free. They don't need to be gluten-free. She keeps them gluten-free.
Oh,
by
Scott's
choice.
leaving.
I wanted his input here. I thought he might be able to give us some
hang on.
balance.
I
Hang in there.
I don't see how there can be balance to this. I'm
All right.
so annoyed by this woman.
Well, all right, so she tries to keep her children away from screens. So she wants there to be an alternative. Is there even another side? She wants an alternative to pizza, gluten-free alternative provided, and then something other than a movie, because she keeps her kids away from the screens. And
She's going to homeschool these kids.
She doesn't want any artificial dyes, food colorings. So, and the PTO leader is just like, we don't have that kind of money. We cannot provide alternative. She's like, well, you know, if there's a kid that has food allergies, we have these alternatives and that, and you do all this for everybody else. My kids need an alternative because they are not on that diet at home. She digs in her feet and says, I'm sorry, we can't do that. You're going to have to provide something else for your children that night. It's a public school, but we only have so much money. We only have so much manpower. It's all volunteer-based. It's all donations. We can't make exceptions for everybody. The other woman who was also openly breastfeeding her child at the meeting, in full view with no blanket, pitches a fit. I think there might have been some accusations of "you're the asshole" thrown around.
Sure.
In full view of the exposed breasts. Who is the asshole in this situation?
The woman who is ultimately going to homeschool her kids. Because
the woman who is the reason why Democrats can't win elections.
Wow.
Actually,
That's a strong statement.
think she's on the other side of the aisle.
What?
There's
a big movement under RFK Jr. that speaks of all this stuff.
Not this gluten stuff. No, I don't think so. I'm going to guess hard that this was this lady's in the bubble on the left.
Did she have purple
I
hair?
think you might be surprised. Nope.
Was she wearing a mask?
No.
Okay.
Not wearing a mask. That is a giveaway, though.
Yeah, I can't even give a counter argument. This woman is annoying me just hearing it secondhand.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much there.
She's
There's
making it hard
so
for her
much.
kids. Her kids' life is harder. And yes, I understand,
Can I
especially
borrow your
this.
glasses for a second? Let's try this.
The woman that actually told me this, I'll tell you that her name is Carol, and she didn't want to be identified, but I think she's probably proud now to hear that.
You have terrible eyes, Keith. Wow, this is hurting my eyes.
Really? His are worse than yours? You've worn glasses since you were like 2.
Yeah, I don't really need them, though. I just wear them so
You
that people
came
think
out of
I'm
the
smart.
womb with glasses.
No, I lied to the eye doctor so that kids thought I was smart.
Someone said that you are now an octave lower than Barry White.
Oh, yeah.
That's your more, everybody.
And was it Lou Rawls that Lady Love? Remember that one, Andy?
Real low voice.
Lady Love.
Make sure you listen to the Iowa
Jenny?
Everywhere.
That's your more,
Podcast
everybody.
Network.
Vegas.
Did we lose them?
No, they're there.
We're here?
We've lost them mostly.
What do you mean?
Oh, I see.
I think we need to. It sounds like we need to set them free, guys.
honestly,
No, Andrew, we need to set them free.
We're doing a live happy hour in 25 minutes.
I won't be on that.
You better shape up.
No.
He's gonna be back at the craps table. I
damn
guarantee
right.
you.
That's
All right,
where
it
I'm
is
going.
time. No, what's the time for? It's time for the Andrew Downs audio drop of the day. We call it the 80 squared.
Yeah, sure. This is powered by Gameday Men's Health. I was at the one in Ankeny in the Prairie Trail neighborhood yesterday getting my testosterone replacement therapy. You can get yours there, West Des Moines University, North Liberty, wherever you are. There's a game day near you, and they can help you out. It is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary.
Ooh.
None of these bleeps are necessary. It's all innocent conversation, but I have
Innocent.
placed bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa Unnecessary Censorship.
An English guy named Matt Barr has a 14.5-inch dick that is potentially the biggest in the world. Here he is right here.
It looks like it's in his stomach.
Everyone stood in the kitchen until they couldn't take it anymore, and they're like, all right, we have got to actually go out on the for a little while during the party.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The a lot of everywhere. In the middle of the road, on the side of the road, there's everywhere. And that's what this hat is made of.
I kind of want to work there. I want to like pull one shift.
I know a guy. I can get you in there.
What are you doing? I mean, you're pouring beers and taking tickets.
Yeah,
That's like it.
and you see some I guess, right?
What is it about NFL games?
Beer?
And the passion of the fans. I don't get it. We're not an NFL state. Guys in the stands. I mean, you see videos of this pretty much from every game.
I think I would pick the 5, which is almost burnt, but a little bit of crisp on it. 4 is good, too. 1, you might as well just go the pig while it's still in the pen.
Oh. Jeez.
He's got a gift. He's got a gift.
It's more good family programming for Murph and Andy.
There you go. Gosh, they're so happy to have us here. We appreciate Circa allowing us to set up so we can do the show, keep this thing going. Doing this Iowa everywhere. I don't think this was the intent to show that Iowa's everywhere, but we've kind of been everywhere.
We have been.
I was just going to say that.
Norway, Sweden, Las Vegas, San Diego, Mexico, Ireland,
Florida.
Iowa, everywhere.
All over the place. Yeah.
Quickie poll results are presented by WCI Pools and Spas. We have 2 polls.
Put your bias aside. Be accountable. Be a man.
Yeah, good luck.
Who
Put
wins?
your Cyhawk aside.
Iowa State or Kansas State? Iowa State. Well, I mean, we're an Iowa podcast. This should be the But this is close. 51% Iowa State, 49% K-State.
Well, it's a pick'em game, and that's part of what makes this whole weekend so exciting. I mean, is there anybody who feels confident that they know what's going to happen tomorrow? No.
They shouldn't.
No.
I guess if you do, you should be in Vegas with Scott and Keith.
Yeah.
Who annoys you the most? Fales, Hassel, Murphy, Williams.
It's got to be Hassel. He loves to be annoying.
I got this show wrapped up, but Hassel and Williams, man, God, look at that. How's that show afloat?
I think we need to break it down and just have it Chris versus Chris.
Yeah, but
and see what happens.
But Hassel, like, he doesn't intentionally. Like,
but I'm wondering, like, Andy. So if you take Andy's vote, you take him off the board. Where does Fales' votes go to? Because if they don't like you, they're probably not gonna like anybody.
But there's 5%.
Yeah, like where do your votes go? I think your votes probably go to Williams.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because he's more mainstream, middle of the road, and you're middle of the road Murphy.
I will say, if we accepted write-in votes, Scott would have won in a landslide.
There were only 4 categories. There were only 4 choices.
Oh, yeah.
Scott, do you need to show him the $500 chip again? Because
Yeah.
he's going right to the craps table from here. It's...
Are you just going to place that on the table in one bet?
No, God, I'm not that dumb. That's why I have so much money.
God, we played blackjack last night, and we took a beating.
Yeah, that's not the game for me.
Yeah, Scott was rolling.
I want a pure skill game. Like
I don't understand craps. Bryce tried to teach me craps over and over, and I just couldn't catch on.
You know how. You just feel you have like a shame complex when it comes to doing things that are seen as sinful, like gambling and
it makes no sense.
Whoring.
You just feel bad about it. And we're gonna get you to feel better about it.
Oh, hey, Andy, have a great weekend with your brother and your friends and family there in Missouri.
Thank you. You guys have a great weekend in Las Vegas. Go Iowa State. I hope we see a great game tomorrow and Iowa State wins big.
And thank you, Circa.
Yeah, thank you, Circa. We're going to be watching it on the big screen, inside and outside. Maybe we'll switch at halftime tomorrow. Really excited to be here. Thank you, AD. Appreciate it. Live happy hour coming up in 20 minutes. Thank you for supporting local media. Be sure to check out the merch store at iowaeverywhere.com. And if you get a chance, please like, review, subscribe, click that like button. Helps us out. Whatever platform you found us, keep coming back if you would. We appreciate that. We're back Monday. We hope you are too.
Murph and Andy was brought to you by Ramsey Subaru on Hickman Road in Urbandale.